Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGCast episode number 499. I'm your host, Cheapy D, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, here's a man who needs no introduction. Get it? You didn't need an introduction.
I got it. I was seeing how long we were going to do the no introduction. I was pausing.
3 seconds is the correct answer.
I guess so. Good work, everybody. All right. Stay tuned next week,
when we finally introduce Shipwreck.
I was going to get to that. That was the second part of the joke. I was going to give you an introduction, but that was, just by saying, here's Shipwreck. Here's
That's
Shipwreck.
a good introduction.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Great start to the show, guys.
Let's
really
start over. Ready?
Here.
3, 2, 1. All right. Maybe not. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. We got a jam-packed show, as you can tell.
It's packed with jam.
Yes. I kicked off the show by getting a root canal earlier today and dropping a leaf blower on my foot about an hour ago. So
What was more painful?
the leaf blower, to be honest.
Yeah, it usually is. So you don't get numbed up when you drop a leaf blower on your foot.
Right. I was like, yeah, that's kind of, it took my mind off the root canal. So it,
do you have to get like a cap too? The whole deal?
yeah, I'm going back on Monday for that.
Wow.
This is my first root canal, but I'm not 100% sure that they got the right tooth. So I'll find out next week, I guess.
Does it still hurt?
Well, it's sore now because they just did a lot of work, and the dentist said it's gonna, it could be sore for a couple of days, and don't chew anything over there for a while. So I don't know.
Did you have an infection to go as well as, needing the root canal?
No, I don't think so. I was just getting
'cause
pain when I chewed on that side.
I was going to say, because sometimes you need an antibiotic in addition to the root canal.
No, I'm good.
So
I think I'm good.
I know way too much about this.
He said you needed to drop a leaf blower on your foot. That was his advice.
And I'm glad you took it.
I did. So yeah, what can I tell you? What's been going on? So I did my first Long Island table tennis tournament last weekend.
It was you and a bunch of 10-year-olds?
It's always, I've done 2 real table tennis tournaments now, like USA table tennis sanctioned tournaments. And both of them have a lot of young people in them. Mostly
Who would have
Asians.
thought for ping pong?
What's that?
Who would have thought for ping pong?
Well, who even thinks about ping pong? Nobody. You would think that there'd be young people playing ping pong?
It seems like a young man's game.
Yeah, it seems like something a sport for children.
It does?
Yes. When I think of ping pong, I think of something that children play. Yes.
You don't think of ping pong.
No, I don't think of ping pong. But when someone says, "Hey, we have a ping pong table," I assume it's for children.
Oh, you must have kids.
Exactly.
Oh. Really? I never
Yes.
thought about that. Well,
Yeah. That's because you're a crazy person. But anyway, go on with your story.
there were a lot of kids there, and they're mostly Asian kids. And when I say mostly, I mean like 98%. I actually wound up beating the kids that I played, which is good because the last tournament I lost to all the kids. But this time I think I beat like an 11-year-old, probably like a 10-year-old who was like not very good. If there was video of me beating this one kid, I mean, it would have been pretty hilarious because
Why do they let you play children?
Because it's ranked, okay? So you have a ranking.
Okay. Great. I rank that person by being 10 years old. Let them
Yeah,
play 10 years
I'm
old.
sorry, but this doesn't seem right.
That's
to
not
me
how.
at
But that's
all.
not how.
Unless there's some prodigy or something.
No, but table tennis is not like that. It's not.
Yeah, yes, it is. Everything is.
It's
like
not
that.
like karate and Kramer doing karate, right? It's not like that at all. Or it's not like basketball.
You know why you're saying it's not like that? Because it was you doing it.
No,
It's because there is a 4-inch net separating a grown man from a child.
Well, but it has nothing. It's
You're
not a
lucky
physical
Chris Hansen
sport.
isn't there?
It's not a physical sport at all. So it doesn't really matter. And in a lot of ways, kids can have the advantage because they're lower to the ground and they can get really good spin off the ball because they're so close to the floor.
They had a nap earlier.
Look,
I had a juice box.
They weren't that young. I played.
They don't have the stress of adulthood weighing them down.
Well, they don't have the fear. Like, look, if a kid loses to an adult, the kid's like, all right, whatever. Like, I lost to somebody more experienced.
No, they're going, why did I have to play a 90-year-old man?
No, but as an adult, you're like, oh my god, this kid is 10, and if he beats me, it's embarrassing a little bit.
No, if you beat him, you're a jerk.
No. You have a ranking going into the tournament that's based on your performance in other tournaments, and it's a numbered ranking that's used throughout the country.
Were you the only adult playing children?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. There were plenty of adults there.
Were you the only one cackling while you were doing it?
No, trust me. Like, I could have lost to all of them. Well, not all of them. One of them I couldn't. He was only slightly better than Ty.
Super stinker kid. We get it.
Right. He was he was ranked like 300.
You said, what are you even doing here, kid?
I felt good because I felt like it was going to be safe to beat, that I could beat him. But you can't have that attitude though, because then you could wind up losing and then you're ranking.
Also, you're playing against a child. You can't have that attitude.
These kids don't take any mercy out on you. They're playing as hard as they can and they want to beat you, and that's it. So anyway,
how bad did you beat this kid?
Well, this the kid who was, maybe it's a little bit better than Ty. I beat him 3 games to 0, and it was like 11-3, 11-4, and 11-5. So
how old was the kid you lost to?
He was like 16, probably, I would say. And that was close. I was very close. And this girl, this Asian girl, Chinese girl,
he could drive to the ping pong tournament on his own.
Yeah. He was, as far as I'm concerned, he's an adult.
When you lost, did you say, at least I know what sex is like?
No, I said
throw your paddle at him.
No, I said good match. He was sort of obnoxious though, because
good match, virgin.
He said that to me. You mean?
No,
no. I mean, apparently, I didn't. Mrs. Cheapy was watching the match, and I didn't see this happen. But his friend was waiting for him to finish the match. His friend, they served Kentucky Fried Chicken at the tournament for free if you were registered for the tournament. And his friend was eating the Kentucky Fried Chicken while watching and telling the other guy to hurry up so he could come eat Kentucky Fried Chicken with him. And apparently the guy said, "Oh, don't worry, this won't take long." I didn't hear that, luckily, because that would have upset me. But it did take long because I took him to the 5th game, and it was very close.
He must have been so hungry.
Well, I didn't eat lunch either.
Did you have any KFC?
No, I did not. I'm not eating KFC.
Why? It's good enough for the president, but not good enough for you?
Yes. No, look, I've just had all this great exercise. I don't want to blow it by having KFC. But there was the one girl who I played and who I actually wound up warming up with. She was probably, I'd say, 14. But, she's very serious. Like her coach she had like 3 people there coaching her and, cheering her on and everything. And she was very good. She actually, I think she played 10 matches that day and won 8 of them. And she only lost to me and another guy who won one of the other divisions.
At any point, did one of the adults taunt one of the kids by playing ping pong with a drumstick instead of a paddle?
No. Trust me, plenty of adults lost to the kids. There were kids there that could beat, all the adults probably.
How old was the winner of the tournament?
There's a lot of different divisions, right? There's probably 10 different divisions. So
How old was the winner of your division?
He was old. He was an adult. He was like probably 60 or 50.
He must have been proud.
Why? No, I mean, it was the easiest division. And
okay.
It has nothing to do with age.
It had kids in it.
You have some of the best.
A 10-year-old.
Right. It doesn't matter. Like some of the best players in the world are like 16. Okay. It doesn't really mean anything. You have to take my word for that. You have to understand, like, there's not many things that I know more about than you guys, but this is probably one of them. How many hours do you spend watching YouTube videos of people playing table tennis?
I have a job.
Exactly. That's my job, watching table tennis. Anyway, so this girl,
if you could get it.
All right, let me tell you this story. So this girl, she's like 14. She had like 2 coaches with her. her, friends like cheering her on and stuff. And this was in the easiest division that I played her. Some of the professional Chinese players, every time they win a point, they yell out something in Chinese. Every point that they win. And it's, I understand, like, you're playing in the world circuit or whatever. You want to get yourself psyched up. You want to try to, like, psych out your opponent. I get it. Like, it's your job, right? But this is the easiest division in this tournament. And she's doing it to me. And she was beating me. She was beating me pretty handily in the beginning. And it was getting very annoying. So, and I was losing pretty badly. And finally I got like a point after losing a lot of points. And as a joke, like I yelled out like, yeah, like as a joke, whatever. But then I started beating her. I started like getting my shit together and she started making mistakes and she started like talking to herself and like getting upset. She's like, oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. The coaches are calling like timeout all the time to coach her during the match and everything. And I think we went to game 5 and I beat her. And I was very happy because it was tough and she was really good. And obviously she plays a lot more than an hour and a half a week, which is what I play. So anyway, after I beat her, like I made her cry, obviously.
You broke her spirit.
And I didn't notice that, but Mrs. Cheapy told me that she was crying because I don't like to look at the people.
Did you ever see the movie Dodgeball? I picture your wife sitting in the stands, like the wife of the guy with the glasses. That's all I can picture, just with so much contempt on her face.
My wife?
Yes.
In what way?
Just not wanting to be there.
No, I think she had a good time. It was fun for her. I had
free chicken.
Everybody she didn't have any chicken either. But most of the people that I played had their coaches there. Well, the kids did. Had coaches with them and, taking timeouts and like, some of the coaches like are really well-known players. Well, I mean, and for people who know about ping pong.
I understand.
Anyway, so at least I beat this one girl who is obnoxious. And, there's no reason that she needed to be yelling out like, Cho! In the under 1,000 bracket. Like, it was a little ridiculous. But she went very far in the other divisions. She was finished second place in the next highest division. So maybe I won 3 out of my 8 matches or 3 out of my 10 matches or whatever. But, I felt like I did okay and it was fun. And now you can look forward to these stories every other month because apparently
you're still talking about this?
They're going to be having them every other month. Yeah, it was exciting. It was exciting for me.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question for Wombat may have the modern answer. I don't know. But Shipwreck probably does not. So I want to test Shipwreck. This is an unrelated, non-ping pong related question, but it does involve children. Complete the phrase, Shipwreck. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but...
words will never hurt me?
Okay. Wombat, you complete the sentence.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can also hurt me.
So I learned today, Ty came to me after school. He's like, Papa, I have some bad news. I was out of the classroom today, and I found out from one of the other kids that the other kids, some other kids in the class were saying mean things about me while I was gone, and it really hurt my feelings. And, he tried to talk to the kids, blah, blah, blah. So I was talking to him about it over dinner, and I was like, well, Ty, did you ever hear the saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me? And he's like, no, that's not right. I was like, well, no, it's definitely right. That's the saying. He's like, no, it's not. It's sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can scar me forever. And I was like, no, look, let me look it up on Wikipedia. I'm showing because he thought like I was messing with him or something. And, of course, on Wikipedia has the traditional definition, but now in schools these days, that's what they teach the kids.
Why are they teaching the kids that at all then?
Because the point is that actually the words can be more harmful than the physical abuse, I guess.
Well, just say that. Don't give them a clever antidote to use with it.
It was confused. This is like the common core math now. Like, parents are just out of the loop of what's going on in schools. Like, And he was asking me like, "Oh, were you bullied when you were in school? Did you have problems?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course, you know." And I had kids like chasing me home from school and all this shit. He's like, "Well, did you have like the anti-bullying thing?" He named something that was going on in the school, and I was like, "No, they pretty much just let the bullying happen when I was in school. They didn't really do anything about it." Anyway, so I learned something new today. I just wanted to share that. I thought that was really interesting that, you know, they basically
the new rhyme that I've seen is sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can also hurt me. Sticks and stones break only skin, while words are ghosts that haunt me.
This sucks.
Pain from
Why are we
words
teaching
has
this?
left its scar on mind and heart that's tender.
Wait.
Cuts and bruises now.
Are you sure this isn't an Edgar Allan Poe?
It's words that I remember.
Where are you getting that from?
From my
That's
wife.
that's what it's before Thriller starts.
Vincent
Yeah,
Price
right?
says that?
Actually, it's the middle of Thriller, but that's fine.
Right.
The funk of 40,000 years.
Anyway, I thought that was very interesting.
I get I understand the bullying is bad. I also think teaching rhymes about bullying being bad is bad.
I maybe it's more to teach the parents. I don't know. Like it's supposed to get back to the parents that the old ways are wrong, just like the old math is wrong. I don't know. I just thought that was interesting.
The old math works fine too.
Right. Luckily, Ty's good at math, so I don't have to deal with any of that shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How about some show feedback?
Sure, Aries Dog has to say, the Hot Wheels expansion to Forza Horizon 3 is so good, I could see it getting blown out to a full standalone title in the future. Forza Hot Wheels. It would be a big family-friendly hit.
Yes, I agree. I was thinking the same exact thing.
Me too. Elliot and I have been playing it almost every night. We sit down together. It's all he wants to do. He helps me pick my car and change the color, and we do all the races, and he's my color man. He gives me play-by-play. Oh, you're about to go around the turn. Oh, you're in third place. Oh, you're in second place. Oh, you're in first. Can you stay in first place? So it's kind of fun. It's actually a lot of fun, and it's great.
I think
well
like
worth $20.
Having it as an expansion sort of limits how much marketing they can put into it, I feel.
Certainly.
It's a little confusing, you got to buy the other game, but as a totally standalone game, I think that could be a big success.
It seems like they could almost somehow sell it that way, right?
My nephew really wants it. He's 11, but he doesn't want. It's not that he doesn't want Forza Horizon. He wants Forza, but he'd rather have the Hot Wheels expansion.
Right.
So yeah, it'd be great if it was standalone.
Yeah, I'd be really curious if they couldn't do that somehow, to where they just like put the other stuff behind a paywall and let this be its content.
Yeah.
And you'd only get like whatever the 10 cars that come with it.
Well, add more cars.
Right.
I think they could definitely make it work. I mean, Hot Wheels is pretty fucking powerful. The powerful
brand. It is a very good brand. I like Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
He also says, nice shout out for Victory Brewing Company. I live near them. Good beer, and their brew pubs are nice too. I am drinking another Golden Monkey while we do this show tonight. So
you are.
Right.
I'm drinking a Muju's.
Ooh, I almost grabbed
Brown
I have blueberry beers in the fridge, but I didn't grab one of those.
I am drinking the blood of a 9-year-old Asian boy who I beat in table tennis.
Sounds appropriate.
Mm.
Speaking of dead Asian boys, regarding Mass Effect, Aries04 has to say, all of the founders of BioWare and many of the lead writers left. This had to have an adverse effect on the production of Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm surprised you guys didn't touch on that. Anyway, great show as always. Yes, I'm sure it did, but I finished the game.
I thought we had touched on that leading up to.
We've talked about that many times, just not last week.
I just wanted to say that I finished the game with an hour count of 97 hours.
Not really selling it for me, Wombat.
But it didn't have to be that long.
It didn't have to be that long. I decided to do a lot. So, yeah. I mean, the game has some really frustrating flaws that are about bad choices. nothing that could be fixed in a patch. I think all the patchable issues are pretty much taken care of. The real issues with that game are little things like missions that require you to go to too many different places when it's really unnecessary, because you're sitting through like sometimes 4 or 5 load screens for no reason.
Right, and they haven't fixed that in the patch.
Yeah, there's no fixing for that, or a lot of the missions should be self-contained in that area, and they're not.
I hear you. Sloppy.
Yep.
Sounds a little sloppy.
It is. It is definitely sloppy. Also, and I thought this was pretty funny. It's like, here we are on Earth. It's 2017, and if I want to check my email, I could check it from pretty much anywhere. Yet in Mass Effect, it's however many thousands of years in the future, and Commander, whatever his Ryder, can only check his email on his ship, but he can't check his email when he's on the ground.
Probably sunspots.
Yeah, it's pretty sloppy.
Oh, well, I mean, when it gets super cheap, I'll give it a shot.
Oh, it's. I'm very curious to see what happens when Shipwreck finally pops that disc in his slot.
That 97 hours is not making me want to unwrap it right now. I can say that.
Well, but
it's a time. Yeah, the game doesn't take no time to play, and you need to get past. The game doesn't kick in until after like 10 hours.
Like 60 hours, that's when it really starts hitting its stride.
Yeah, pretty much. So, whatever, it's an investment.
I'll bet you can finish it like in a much more reasonable amount of time, right? You probably did everything.
Yeah, I did. I have like 11 tasks left to do, which would probably take me an hour if I really sat down and did them. But
I'll bet you can finish it in 20 if you just do the main stuff, right?
There aren't that many main story missions. You want to, the stuff that people want to do is the main story and the loyalty missions. Those are that's the meat of a Mass Effect game.
Meat, eh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do some watch this, bitches.
Oh, I watched something.
Ooh,
I didn't put it on here. I watched the Glow documentary on Netflix.
Hey, how was it?
It wasn't bad. For those who aren't familiar, Glow is the Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. They are making a Glow series on Netflix that's a drama based on the TV series, not bringing back ladies wrestling.
Right.
But they also, I guess to kind of educate people on what the show is going to be about, or just unrelated, there was also a Glow documentary that they just put that's new. It's not bad. I never watched The Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling when it was on. I think I kind of...
Oh, I did.
See, I don't know. It just kind of skipped over me, or it just wasn't on my radar. So, but I liked it. I thought it was an interesting documentary. I was more interested to know what happened to the ladies after wrestling, and I don't feel like they spent enough time on that for whatever reason. But
because they're all dead.
Yeah. No. They're not.
Meth
I don't
addicts?
think any of them are.
Oh, all right. I wasn't. I watched some Glow when I was younger, but I don't think I was that into it.
Yeah, there you go. So, check it out on Netflix if you want. If you have a documentary itch to scratch.
Speaking of Netflix, The Witcher is getting a series on Netflix, but I don't know that any of us really care too much about The Witcher.
I mean, it makes sense. That just seems like Game of Thrones type stuff. A lot of boinking and swords.
Do you think
magic?
Do you think like all the movement is going to be like a slightly jerky?
He's just going to be running around in circles trying to set a trap,
walking into walls. Not quite. Everything's just a little off.
Right.
I'd be fine with that. He'll have 19 of the same sword, but he won't know which one to keep, which one to sell.
Right.
I would totally be fine if there was a show like that. Like that like just played out how people actually play The Witcher.
It's probably not going to be that.
It would be fantastic. I know that.
Don't forget, lots of dicks.
Yeah. At Sean Nola asks if Wombat is all caught up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I am all caught up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm actually sort of bummed that it won't be back again until 2018. So, because, they end the season on a cliffhanger, obviously. But
is it good?
I still really like the show. I
So
believe
no.
it's all on Netflix now, huh?
You didn't say yes.
Oh yes,
Okay.
it's a good show.
Okay.
No, it's good if you're a Marvel fan. You have to kind of. I'm not saying you have to know your Marvel stuff, but if you do know your Marvel stuff, I think there's a lot of fun in that show.
Have you been watching Flash this season?
Yep, I'm all caught up on that too.
Is that good? That can't be good, right?
It's not bad. I mean, there's one episode left in the season. I'm pretty sure I know what the twist is going to be.
Okay.
Which is fine. It's all right. I mean, there were
getting
some really,
dumb last
it's
season.
it's getting a little bit of Arrow's disease, where it's getting a little too dark for no reason, which
see.
they need to sort of like get out of.
Okay.
There were a couple of fun episodes this season. You know, the Music Meister episode being one of them. And all the Gorilla City stuff was fun. But those episodes are, you know, they're like, it'll be like 4 episodes of dark seriousness, then a fun episode, then dark seriousness, then the fun episode. So they need to have more of the fun. Because I think that show works better when it's fun.
It's coming to Netflix once the season's over, so I guess I'll check it out. But I felt
but
like it was getting dumb.
S.H.I.E.L.D. this season had some really cool, like, Marvel-y stuff in there. And, you know, it had Ghost Rider. It had Madam Hydra. It had a reference, but a veiled reference to MODOK. It has Inhumans. It has all sorts of, like, cool little, like, D-list Marvel stuff that you don't, you know, see in the movies. So, I don't know. If you're kind of into deep cuts, it's a fun show to watch.
Alrighty then.
Mm-hmm.
For Listen Up, Bitches, I finished the Crime Town podcast, which I really, really, really loved. I think I liked it better than Serial, both seasons of Serial, and possibly S-Town. I'm not 100% sure. I liked it at least as much as S-Town. If you like mafia stories, this is like a great mafia story. And who doesn't like a mafia story? I think I really recommend Crime Town. I know you won't take me up on my recommendation, but I'm going to keep mentioning it. Well, I won't.
Maybe somebody will.
Somebody must.
Did you listen to You Must Remember This yet?
No.
So why should why should I take up your suggestions when you won't take up mine?
I don't have an answer for that.
I know.
Because you like mafia things. Don't you
I do like mafia
Goodfellas
things.
And stuff like that?
I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying I think you would really enjoy You Must Remember This.
Okay.
It's got crime, it's got history, it's got Hollywood, it's got ladies getting murdered. It's all your favorite things.
Cortez.
Table tennis?
Dan Cortez.
What? What was that?
Shipwreck made a joke that was very funny. A Stefan joke.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Right over my head. Okay. Yeah. Let's do some new releases this week.
Yes, we have some. I know you guys are very into DC, and so you picked up Injustice 2.
No.
I did
not. Wombat talked me out of it last week.
There you go.
I heard it's supposed to be good, right?
It's supposed to be great.
It's supposed to be great. I don't want to spend $100 on a game right now. I want to wait. And actually kind of bums me out that the $100 version doesn't come with Darkseid, which I know seems nitpicky, but I feel like if you spend $100, they should throw in that $6 guy for free. I get it with the $60 version. I don't get it with the $100 version.
No, you don't get it with either version.
Well, you know what I mean. Mr. Semantics.
No, I mean, the reviews have been very good. People really like the story. They like the gear system. Not so much the 3 or 4 different types of virtual currency that's in the game. The rare one you can actually buy with real money. And the review that I read said that the stuff is so rare that, you know, you almost really want to pay real money for it because otherwise you're just spending hours trying to get this stuff. Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt that. Here's a question, and we can address this. This is from Mike Autonomous. It says, I love the show, so I'm not trying to dog on you, but do you honestly think that Injustice 2's vast amount of content provides no insulation from the Ultimate Edition-based criticisms? I don't think we're saying that we think the game is bad or anything because there's a $100 version that still doesn't get you all the DLC characters, right? There's still going to be ones that aren't included in that, right? Or am I wrong about that?
No, I think that's the one that comes with that. I think it has all the DLC characters except for Darkseid, I think is what you get with that. I think.
Well, they said there's 9 DLC characters that it comes with. But is that all of them?
Yeah, I think that's all of them.
I think the point is...
They haven't announced more than that.
Right. I don't think they've even announced 9, have they? I don't know. I haven't been
I thought they'd only announced 3, but I'm not positive. Maybe 4. Sub-Zero was one of them. That's the one I remember.
And they announced Starfire and Cyborg. That may be it, but I don't quote me. Is Dr. Fate in the regular version of the game? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I paid close attention to Dr. Fate because Dr. Fate. I'm just not. We're just not in a rush to play it, and I don't think that we necessarily want to reinforce that behavior of charging $100 to get all the characters in the fighting game. It's not like there's 100 characters.
That's how all these fighting games are now, though.
I know.
It's not the $100 for everyone that bothers me, to be perfectly honest.
Go on.
Trust me, I'm like everyone else listening. I don't love the idea of the $100 game, but I also understand that, especially a game like Injustice, that has very high production values and very expensive licensing deals, that a game like that may need to cost about $100 for the makers of that game. For the DC characters.
Warner Brothers.
Oh, that's right. It's Warner Brothers games. Trust me, there's still licensing deals. There has to be. I know it sounds silly, but there's definitely still licensing deals that are involved with even the Warner Brothers making a game with DC characters. It wouldn't surprise me if they need to have a $99 version in order to break even on a game like this, and that a $60 version may not be not profitable, but not the kind of profits they need to continue making more games.
I would agree with that, although they're going to get the people up front, the fighting game community people and the DC super fans, and then they're going to get everybody else later when they put out the Ultimate Edition for $60.
Yeah, and it's only 7 months from now, according to the last one.
Although the difference is that the Ultimate Edition came out at launch, so I could see that dropping in price sooner.
But that might not be around at that point, because that's just a limited edition version, basically.
Yeah, you never know.
And all the content isn't out for it yet.
Yeah.
You're buying future content.
You are buying future content. It's, there's almost part of me that would rather them, put out one version of the game at $75. But people would probably go insane if there was no $60 version. But it would also mean there's no $100 version. If there was a $75 version that had everything, including the season pass bundled in it, I wonder what the reaction would be. I know that again.
So this is really only $80 if you do Best Buy.
If you do Best Buy. It's $86 if you want Darkseid.
I think what bothers me, maybe not the most, but definitely bothers me, is that they're asking you to pay the $100 now for the content that doesn't even exist yet. Right? So if
that's a bad value there.
It's like, if I'm going to wait anyway for these characters, I might as well just wait a little bit longer, pay less money, and just get everything all at once. I'm not entering
Oh,
any
no,
tournaments.
that's what I did with Mortal Kombat XL, and I was glad I did, because I really wanted to play as Leatherface. So,
see, I'd probably, if this was Mortal Kombat, I'd probably have spent the $80 up front.
Yeah, which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't blame anyone or think that you shouldn't spend the $100 on this game if it's something you really want and it's important to you to have right now. I just don't feel the need to do it. So I guess in many ways I really am. I'm on both sides of the fence on this. I have no problem with there being $100 versions of games that come with season passes, because there are people who want that, who get that value out of it because they enjoy it that much. I'm not going to pass judgment on someone who spends $100 on Injustice 2 and feels they got $100 worth of entertainment out of it.
Like Michael.
Sure.
I mean, and a lot of people, when we talked about this last week, they were comparing it to Forza Horizon or any of the Forzas, I guess.
Exactly. If you spent $100 on Forza Horizon 3, and do you feel as though you got $100 worth of entertainment out of it?
Well, I didn't personally, but
no, they sent GP a code.
That's right. They sent him the super
I got
version.
the hookup, so I got the best value.
I may have
of all.
spent $100 total for all the versions of Forza 3 that I have and the DLC.
But the big one of the differences with that is you're not waiting for the cars to come out. You know, they gave you.
You were waiting. You were waiting for the Hot Wheels to come out,
but that's not included in the Ultimate Edition. That's extra.
Okay, whatever. I'm sure I've spent $100 on Forza Horizon 3, and I'm fine with it.
Right,
and I spent $40 on Forza Horizon 3, and I'm okay with that too.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly happy with what I have in Forza, and the only thing I have is the base game and the Hot Wheels set.
And the other thing is, there's it comes with hundreds of cars, right? It's a car game, and
that's what I mean. Like that game, again, it's really about preference and what you're going to play and what you're going to get out of it. I know. I feel like sound like a very mature old man when I say things like that. Like, hey, if you're happy, I'm not going to judge you for spending what you want on something that makes you happy. If I knew that there was really going to be DLC for Mass Effect Andromeda, which I don't think there's going to be, even though they kind of set it up, I would have, paid for that. I would have done it. I would have probably done that.
Pre-order.
They had an $80 version. I probably would have gone that way. But there just wasn't that version.
If there was 100 DC characters that came with the base set of Injustice, and when you buy the Ultimate Edition, you're getting like an extra 15 or something. I maybe would have felt better about it then. But it and I know it's fighting games are different than car games. No one needs to point that out to me, but I don't know. I just don't see a lot of value there, like in spending an extra $40 to get 9 DLC characters.
Because it's not for you.
Yeah, it's just for me personally, my sense of value, and
it's not for you, but it's for other people,
right? And when we get everything for $60, we're going to feel like we got great value. So everybody wins.
$20.
$20. I'll pay $60.
You're waiting for a while then.
I don't know. I had to wait less than a year to get Mortal Kombat XL for $20.
Yeah, we'll see. We shall see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't want to talk about Injustice anymore. Let's move on to.
No, we got more new releases.
Oh, we do. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
What else?
The Surge came out. We saw this game at E3 last year. This is the game where it's kind of like Dark Souls, but it's like kind of dystopian future, and you're pounding on robots and taking their parts and making new weapons.
Yeah, I remember that. Vaguely.
It's by the guys who did oh man, I'm gonna print the name of it. Legends? No, it's not Legends of the Fall. It's not that.
That is a Brad Pitt movie.
Right, not the Brad Pitt movie. I don't know. Well, I can't confirm whether or not they worked on the Brad Pitt movie or not.
Right, you don't know.
Yeah, everyone starts somewhere.
Lords of the Fallen?
Sure.
The Viking Dark Souls game.
Oh, okay.
So they have some pedigree here. It's been getting good reviews with the Dark Souls type players. Mm-hmm. It just looks too hard to be enjoyable to me. But I saw, like, when we were watching it at E3 last year, and that was early. I mean, that's almost a year ago now. I could tell that it had something. Like, it was interesting to look at. The whole like upgrade system of like taking a robot's leg was interesting. So I don't know if you're into those type of games like Cheapy is. The Surge.
Cheapy, if you want to give this game a shot, just let me know. I can help.
One game that Cheapy could give a shot because he has the PSVR, and this has been the big the big game.
Oh, it's out.
Farpoint. It is out.
I didn't even know that.
Who knew that?
Oh, did it get reviewed anywhere?
It did.
Let's see.
It got reviewed several places.
70.
Yep.
IGN Italia gave it an 87. 8.7.
Italians love to shoot people.
Yeah. So this is the one that has the gun, right? Like the real gun
this is
that
the
you
one
hold?
with the gun. The similar gun to what they had last time, right? Like I have one. I had the one the first time they did this with the move.
Right.
Like I don't understand. They've done it again. They successfully strapped some move controllers in a gun-shaped piece of plastic.
Well, IGN gave it the normal IGN, not the freak Italian IGN, gave it a 7.5, and they said despite its predictable and unsatisfying story and hard to ignore bugs, it's a full-fledged sci-fi shooter that feels fantastic to play with Sony's high-quality PSVR aim controller.
Interesting, because another review I was glancing at earlier said it was more like a proof of concept.
Huh.
So that's two very different reviews. But yeah, I saw a commercial for this actually, like on ESPN or something, and I was surprised that it was. First of all, that there was a commercial for it, and second that it was out.
Yeah, it seems like you can buy PSVR now in stores. Like, easily.
Yeah, always.
Cool.
So, I mean, you have one of these things.
How much? It's only $50 and you get the gun, or you got to pay extra for the gun? What's up with that?
That's a good question.
I better look that up immediately.
If
only
there was a website that sold video
there
games.
was. It's no. It looks like the gun is sold out. But you could buy the game for $50.
They didn't. Oh, okay.
That seems lame. Yeah, what's up with that? Bundle. I don't know. Yeah, it's sending me to third parties. All right, well, I guess, what do they make, like 10 guns? Were they doing that thing? All right, well. Oh, well. I guess I'm not going to try it. What else we got? Oh, no, here we go. You can get it from Best Buy right here.
Okay.
And it's
How
only
much is the gun?
It's $80 for the bundle. And it's only $64 after GCU.
It almost seems like you have to do it at that point, right?
I do have like
You're
$15.
ordering it as we speak.
I do have $15.
I
in
look
rewards
forward to
certificates.
your impressions next week.
And when I say $15, I mean $20. Look at me. Look at me go.
I would be interested in your
I don't want it.
your thoughts on this.
Don't make me play it.
I've been playing another new release, Seasons After Fall.
Okay.
This is a 2D, well, not 2D, I guess. It's a 2D platformer, I guess.
Is that the game with the fox?
That's the game with the fox.
All right.
You play as orbs that kind of possess this fox, and so then essentially you're playing as the fox, and it's a Metroid style game a little bit. You have different. Early on in the game, you go and you get the 4 different powers of the seasons. So you can change the season. So winter obviously turns everything cold and icy. Spring makes it rain. So then you can solve puzzles that need you to like fill something up with water or put out fire. So forth like that. It's an interesting concept. It's a really pretty game to look at. They're just, so far there haven't been any like enemies or anything. I don't know if the whole game is like that, but it gets a little sleepy just solving the puzzles. And I find like the jumping controllers are, the momentum on them just doesn't like feel very like nice. You can it's like not totally bad, but I find like if you miss a jump and then you have to like go change between 3 different seasons to get back to that jump again and solve this puzzle, it seems, I don't know, it seems a little bit not worth it. But I don't know. It's It's not bad. It's not great. I'll play it for a little bit longer at least, just to see if anything changes with it.
What's the game called again?
Seasons After Fall. It's the game that Mrs. Shipwreck says sounds like a menopause product.
Why didn't they just call it Winter?
Maybe there's more play there.
I see.
It could be fall might not necessarily be the season.
Oh,
I don't know.
Deep.
There's these orbs that are talking, and it seems like maybe there's this other orb that's getting me to do this stuff might not be all on the up and up. I don't know.
Alrighty then.
Then I also played a little bit of Portal Knights. Are you familiar with this game at all?
No.
Is it Portal but with knights?
It is Minecraft, but an RPG. So kind of basic looking graphics. You can choose between either a warrior, a ranged archer, or a wizard. And you are destroying trees to get pieces of tree to build your stuff. And there's creatures around that you kill, and you get quests, and you level up, and you get experience points. It's co-op, but I think it's only online co-op. It's not bad. It's not as expansive as what a Minecraft would be, but it at least has some goals to it. I like the structure of what they're doing. So I don't know. It's out now.
And also Minecraft for Switch is out.
And also Minecraft for Switch. I bet that does okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty good. I mean,
that Minecraft? Yeah, I've heard.
I mean the Switch version.
Okay.
People
well, I mean the tablet versions of that game are pretty good. So
right. I agree. Anything else?
That looks like most of the new releases. There's a new Cooking Mama game out for the 3DS.
Good for Cooking Mama.
She keeps on
Looks
going.
like she's cooking some sweets this time around.
She's a good
Cooking Mama Sweet Shop.
Thanks, Cooking Mama.
Have you checked out Elliot Quest, Wombat?
I saw the name of that game. That's all I need to do.
All right, let's move on to multi-platforming and Wombat's Overwatch Onslaught, and also news and stuff. Oh wait, no, yes, this is the time in the show where we do that.
This is when we do that. Yes,
I wasn't sure. I thought I might have scrolled too far, but no.
This is the time on Sprockets when we dance.
Yes, well, Wombat, I know you're very excited because the Overwatch anniversary event starts next week, Tuesday to be exact. And there's going to be I think a free-to-play weekend in there somewhere. There's some new, of course, loot to be had.
I'm still waiting for a copy of the game to show up on my porch. It hasn't happened yet.
Why would that happen?
I don't know. Elves.
Right. You think I want you to play it so badly that I would just
that you would
send
just
it
drop
to
it on my porch? No.
I honestly don't think you would like it. I mean, you've already tried it.
Yeah, I did. I played enough. I played enough. I'm good.
Yeah, I think you are good in that regard. But there's going to be some new maps and some new modes and new loot. There's going to be a Game of the Year edition that's coming out, which includes basically the pre-order skins and some bonus loot boxes.
Oh, maybe I should wait for that one.
You're not going to. It's still the same game. I will say that I went to my local pizza place today. And I walked in there and I was wearing my Lucio shirt. And the guy was like, "Hey, that's Lucio, right?" It's the first time anybody ever said anything about either of my two Lucio shirts.
What is that? The Funko Pop you got too?
What? No, what? Yeah, Funko? Lucio. Yes, I bought the Lucio Funko Pop as well. Yeah. He's my main Wombat.
You're a Lucio main?
Your main Funko Pop?
No, my main character that I play in Overwatch. I like him a lot. So I was excited. I got to talk a little Overwatch with the guy, and he gave me some delicious pizza, which I chewed with only the right side of my mouth.
Nice. That's the best way to eat pizza.
Which I've been doing. I'm very good at that now. I've been doing it for about 3 weeks. So yeah, that was exciting. Speaking of Overwatch, because I need to talk about Overwatch more, there's a pretty fun article over on Kotaku about women that you can hire to play Overwatch with you. You know that site Fiverr where you get people to do shit for you for $5?
Mhm.
So you can hire young women who are good at the game to not only play Overwatch with you, but they'll take the healers characters and they will just heal you during the matches. Like they'll just follow you around, give you some tips if you want some like tips on the game as well. But primarily they will just follow you around with Mercy and just heal you only for the entire match. I just thought that.
What do your teammates think about that?
They, not particularly grateful. Some of them, they said, you should read the article because it's.
I read about half of it. This was a very long article.
It was?
I did start reading it.
Okay.
And I got about halfway through it and realized I didn't care about Overwatch.
It said, sometimes the teammates complain, but sometimes the teammates are so awful that it's like, fuck them. Who gives a shit what they say? And
It was a very good article, though. I got about halfway through it and I kind of, I don't know, came to my own conclusions of how I thought the article would end.
Yeah, I
was happy with those conclusions,
Yeah.
so I closed the window.
There's no big revelation there, but the headline, just in case you're looking for the article, is I paid women to play Overwatch with me, and it was fantastic. So,
And it was a woman that did that,
yeah.
right? Yeah, the author of the article. I don't remember who.
Maybe I could pick up some extra money doing this.
Cecilia De Anastasio. If I'm pronouncing that correctly. If not, I apologize, Cecilia.
I think you got the Cecilia part right.
Yeah, I could,
Maybe
what I
Wombat,
can.
people could hire you to heal them for $5 a shot.
They could also give me $5 to not play Overwatch with them and ruin their game.
Or $5 just to make fun of Overwatch.
There you go.
Every show.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Oh, so Destiny 2 had a big event today where they showed off gameplay and talked about a lot of the changes that are coming to the game that's launching this summer. It's coming out on PC for the first time, and it's going to be a Battle.net exclusive.
Of course it is.
And it should, you would expect at this point, being an Activision product. It's also going to run at 60 frames per second on the PC. It's supposed to run at 4K on PS4 Pro, but not quite sure if it's probably going to be 30 frames per second, but I guess we're not 100% sure. And they haven't said anything about Xbox Scorpio yet. I'm predicting that that's going to be the big part of the big Scorpio reveal it's going to be 4K and 60 frames per second announced at E3. Not that that's going to make these things fly off the shelves or anything, but you got to say something about it to get people excited.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's a good prediction.
All right, I got one. Well, we'll find out.
Fair prediction.
At Lickchan asks if any of us are excited for Destiny 2 and will we give it another chance?
I'll give it another chance.
I am excited for Destiny 2. I don't feel as though I would be giving it another chance, as I played the game and completed every expansion pack for it. So I think I would just be continuing my enjoyment of the Destiny series.
Wow, I didn't realize that you were that into it.
I'm not as into it as some people, because the game, it kind of goes in two tiers of players. There's people who played it in the beginning, kind of fell off, and people who play it religiously. And I just played it, and that was enough for me. So I'm
you
sort
played
of
it like a normal person. Is what
I'm sort of in some like weird limbo. So I would not consider myself a super fan. I would just consider myself someone who enjoyed Destiny. So, I don't want to overstate my Destiny prowess because people take it too seriously. But I'm excited for Destiny 2. I honestly don't even want to watch too much because I kind of want to let it be more of a surprise as it gets closer to launch. Because I feel like we're still too far away.
Well, it's coming out this summer.
And it comes out in what, September?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the day before my birthday, I believe.
Too far away. Well, you're 50th? You turned 50 this year, right?
Yeah, 50. I'm turning 50 this year.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
So,
I'll read up and look more into it because I watched a little bit of the presentation today. And they were talking a little bit more about single player type stuff, story driven type stuff, which is what I care about. So,
yeah, and I think that's going to be there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be there this time around too. But I want to make sure because otherwise it'll be me playing it for a weekend.
That game had
deciding I really don't care. That
game had some really good loot and some really, really good character designs. Like little things that you take for granted.
That's fine. That's all. It's very like subjective because I look at all these guys and they don't do anything for me.
See, I think the way that the characters look at this game is so cool. You know what they remind me of? Remember the Visionaries, those action figures with the holograms?
Sure.
It kind of reminds me of those. So, right. I don't know. I kind of dig it.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. A lot of people I know like the way these characters look and like all the loot and everything. To me, it's I never got anything, and I didn't play that much of it. I got decently far into the original content. I shot at that cave for a long time.
Yes.
But nothing like, I don't know, just didn't do it for me. Like it was like, here's another helmet. Okay. I guess I need another helmet.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, maybe they'll solve these issues for you in Destiny 2.
Right. Like 2 Human. There was a good loot game.
That was a good loot game. That was a great loot game.
Okay. What else we got?
I think Destiny 2 will be better just in the fact that they will know what they're doing this time around at launch too.
They'll have a much clearer vision from the very start.
Like that was a messy launch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of mistakes at the launch of that game. I think they did a lot to correct those mistakes. I just,
people's expectations were all over the place. They didn't really know what kind of game they were getting.
They were too secretive at times. The beta was sort of not indicative of the final product. There was a lot that they could have done better.
All right. So the creators of Parappa the Rapper and Guitar Man have a new Kickstarter project called Project Rap Rabbit. I guess that's just maybe the working title. But apparently they didn't set up this Kickstarter very well.
No, they did not.
And they the stretch goals were all kind of screwy, and they just apparently I read an article from some guy who's sort of an expert, I guess, about games on Kickstarter. And he was basically saying that they basically did everything wrong, that it was clear that they didn't spend really any time researching, how previous Kickstarter projects have gone in that regard. And they just sort of did it all wrong. And I don't know, they're pretty far from their goal.
Well, and they have a publisher.
And I don't think they've even revealed that or...
It wasn't clear, at least.
It wasn't clear.
Yeah.
Maybe now they've changed everything now. Like I guess the Switch version was like at the high end of the stretch goals, where it really should have been on the early one. Although the guy who wrote the article, who said he's an expert, said that you don't even reveal the stretch goals at this point. Like that's just a mistake to even do that. But I don't know. I like both of those games. So I like rhythm games. I'm not going to back a Kickstarter that has about a game, pretty much any Kickstarter. So I don't know. Yeah, and there's no gameplay video. Like it's very early, I guess, in the production of the game, which apparently is very bad when you're trying to do a Kickstarter. But it's called Project Rap Rabbit, in case you're interested in checking that out.
It probably also didn't help them that Parappa is so kind of broken on PS4 right now as well.
Right. I mean, I downloaded the demo for that, and it's basically impossible to play because I guess you have, depending on what TV you have, the delays will be different, and there's no way to really sync it, I guess. You'd think you'd be able to solve that, though, with some sort of configuration built into the game. Like a manual configuration somehow. But I guess it doesn't have that. So yeah.
Yeah, it lists on here now, at least, that the publisher is P-Cube. It might have been there to begin with, but...
Okay, the NPDs came out for April.
Yay!
I have not looked at them yet.
Surprises!
I just pasted it on here. Yeah, so let's look at these. How do you want to work this?
Let's do the top 5.
Okay.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands at number 5. I don't know much about that game, and I don't really see people talking about it, yet it's the best-selling game this year.
That was surprising to me.
That is surprising. What's surprising to me isn't that it's the best-selling game this year. I guess that's all fine and good. It's that I don't see people talking about it.
Right.
I think it's just not your people.
I follow video game people.
Yeah, but all of these Ubisoft games are somehow existing outside the realm of the known video game people.
That's what I mean.
There's something going on here.
Someone's got people have to be
all
playing.
of them are doing crazy numbers, and they all have like loyal communities.
Well, I mean, they announced Far Cry 5 this week, and I'm 95% sure I'm going to be buying that game.
That one does not count. That one is the one that everybody knows.
Well, and didn't they also announce a new Assassin's Creed?
Yes, also that one does not count. Those are the ones that everybody knows do well. All the rest of these Tom Clancy ones that everybody...
Well, I don't know. I don't think Far Cry Primal was a given. And I bought that game.
I would give you that. That's a weird one.
I enjoyed that game. But anyway, that's just me. But it's interesting because the popularity of it has me interested in it. Not that I'm buying it anytime soon, but if I see it, once that game hits that, cheap price point, that under $30, I would be very tempted just to see what all the fuss is about. But that's just me.
What fuss? You mean just the sales are about?
Yeah, like why is this game so
fuss?
Popular? Well, fuss in a popularity sense, not in a complaining sense.
No, I mean you don't hear about it.
That's what I know. That's so weird. Anyway, at number 4, MLB 17, the show. That's a baseball game about baseball.
It's got Ken Griffey Jr. on the cover.
Sure does. At number 3, The Legend of Zelda. Breath of Wild. Sounds weird. Sounds like one of those weird games.
Indie game.
Yeah, indie game. At number 2, Persona Quattro. Weird. Another one of those weird games that I'm sure no one plays. And
it's crazy to see how popular that has become.
Yes, I remember when Persona was sort of a game that was off the radar. I've never really gotten into it. But yes, I agree with you. It's very interesting to see how popular that series has become.
Like that, other than like Nintendo games coming out of Japan, like it's Persona is leading the way now.
It's the only, yeah. I mean, you look at the top 10. It's the only non-Nintendo Japanese published game in there. So,
all right.
I'm not saying you're wrong. And at number 1 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So I don't know what that's about.
It sold more copies on the Switch than it did on the Wii U total.
There you go. And what was it? I think it sold 500,000 copies, I saw.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So number 1 sold 500,000 copies. That's very good. Congratulations, Mario Kart, for selling well.
Make it better, and it'll sell probably about the same amount.
Grand Theft Auto.
Good choice, Nintendo.
Grand Theft Auto 5 outsold Mass Effect in April. For Mass Effect. So there's that. I will say this. Huh?
It's a beast, that Grand Theft Auto.
It is a beast. Don't get me wrong. It's just, sad to see Mass Effect kind of fall away. The best-selling games for 2017 are Ghost Recon and For Honor, both Ubisoft games, followed by Zelda and Horizon, both console exclusives at 3 and 4. Also impressive. And then Mass Effect at number 5, which to date has outsold Resident Evil 7, which actually surprises me a little bit.
There's more appeal. Mass Effect has more appeal than Resident Evil does.
I was tempted
just because it's not scary. You lose some people with the scary.
I was tempted to pick up Resident Evil 7 on sale this week. I didn't, but I was tempted.
I got the movie.
You did, so I can watch that. I hope it has laser grids in it.
Yeah, oh, you're going to be happy.
Ugh, I caught that scene like 3 times because they've been showing the first one on cable.
Uh-huh.
And I've caught it like 3 times. It's like every time I put on that movie, it's at that scene.
Little known fact, an hour of that movie takes place in that scene.
Oh, that scene is so gross. Don't get me wrong, I love it, but it's so gross. Do you know what we're talking about, Chibi?
No. What movie?
The first Resident Evil movie.
The first Resident Evil movie.
Just go to YouTube and type in Resident Evil laser, and it'll come up.
I do enjoy lasers.
Then you should watch the scene. It's really cool if you like lasers.
Okay. I think you're fucking with me, but okay. Let's move on to Nintendo. Because we have some big news.
Do we? What's the news?
You have big news.
I do?
Yeah.
What'd I do?
You bought a Switch.
I did?
I don't know. You sent us a message on iMessenger. You said, should I buy a Switch? And basically before we could answer you, you're like, all right, bought it.
Yeah, well, I knew they wouldn't last long.
Aha.
And I couldn't wait for you guys to get back to me because you're too slow.
Right.
And you would have told me to go for it anyway.
Maybe.
You would have.
Okay. So you bought one.
I did. I have it. It's all set up. I played it today already.
Whoa. Bombshell. What'd you play?
I played some of that Legend of Zelda game.
Yeah, how is it? You like Zelda?
It's cute. I enjoyed it.
Cute?
Yeah. I've only played like 45 minutes. What do you want from me?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We had fun. Elliot helped me set it up. We had a good time. It's all set up over there. It's sitting there. It was funny because my wife, she had Girl Scouts with Sabrina, and they come home. And we're sitting on the couch, and we just started playing Zelda. And they sat with me for like a half hour. Everyone wanted to see, it's the new thing in the house. It's shiny.
Sure.
And I'm showing my wife how the controller works with the slide-in things for the standard controller.
The Joy-Cons.
Yeah, the Joy-Cons, how they slide into that little cradle thing to use it like a controller that you used to. I'm like, yeah, these come out. She had no idea what any of the stuff does, so it was very interesting to see it, like the reaction from someone who had no idea what this thing does. I'm like, yeah, you slide these things out, and then I could slide them right into here, and then I can just lift it out, and I could just play the game, on the handheld. She's like, wait, so the game just stops on the TV, and it just shows up right there? I'm like, yeah, that's the whole point. She's like, that's pretty cool. So my wife was impressed.
You'll never do that.
What? Slide the things in and take it? I could see someone walking in the room and Elliot wanting to watch cartoons and me wanting to continue to play Zelda.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a big selling point, but I don't think it's something that happens.
No, I think it's a plausible scenario, but not a likely scenario. How's that?
Yeah.
How's that for it?
No, I think that's a perfect way. They should put that on the box. Here's a perfectly plausible but unlikely scenario you can use this product.
Exactly. And I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. I need a case because I don't want to just take that thing to work. But I do want to be able to I do want to be able to play it on the train. I do have the screen protectors that I bought. I did keep the receipt because you did tell me that I bought the wrong ones. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with them yet. Even though it says official Switch screen protector on the baggage. But, we'll see.
Shipwreck knows about screen protectors.
I'm not saying he doesn't.
I just think Cheapy has one for you for free that's a better one. So I would go that option.
I just don't know when I'm going to see that bastard again.
I could mail it to you, for Christ's sake. I would do that for you, Wombat.
Okay, you mail it to me.
I would meet you somewhere. I would do anything for you.
Thank you. You're a very nice person.
Yes,
But,
Go get the Target has Switch cases.
Oh yeah.
Get get one of those.
Okay. I'm not saying I don't think they're hard to find. I just want to get one before I start taking.
They were hard to find for a little while.
Oh, were they?
I don't know anymore. Yeah.
Okay.
But I forget who even makes it. It's a big bulky looking thing. There's one in blue. There's one in black. I have one that's blue that has Link on the graphics.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely
Works
get
fine.
one. I do want to be able to take it to work with me. I think that's going to be part of the appeal, is being able to play it on the train. Probably more in the mornings and the afternoons, but that's my problem, not yours. And yeah, and we'll see, how Zelda goes. But so far so good. I have it all charging. I have the Joy-Cons back in the screen portion. It's all docked and it's all charging. So the Joy-Cons charge when I have it slid into the screen and put in the dock, right?
Yep.
Okay. I'm still new to this, so, I have no other games other than Zelda, but I don't know if I need any other games. I think, Cheapy, that's all you have, right?
No, I got Mario Kart.
Oh, okay. That's right. You have Mario Kart.
And Snipper Clips.
And Snipper Clips.
Snipper Clips, is that the one that's digital only? Is that?
I think
Yes.
so.
Okay. Is that worth getting?
It's cute.
Okay.
I would wait for a sale, personally.
Gotcha. Yeah, I got a thing because I, attached it to my Nintendo account where it's my, I don't know if you heard, but it was my birthday earlier this month.
Uh-huh.
You get 30% off select Nintendo games on your birthday.
Oh.
I know. So I click on the button because I hadn't logged in who knows how long. 30% off your birthday month. I'm like, what a fortuitous thing. No Switch games.
Oh, no. It's
All Wii U games. I'm like, this doesn't help me. I was hoping they would have something crappy on there. I'm like, you know what? For 30% off, I would get a crappy Wii Switch game digitally just to have another Switch game digitally, but no such luck. Next time, I guess.
Did you watch any of the Nintendo Direct? that
No,
just happened?
no, but I know there was one. But now I can actually watch them and be attentive because I have an invested interest.
It was basically all about ARMS and some new character reveals there. They revealed the new lady character who has an ass.
I want to pick up. I saw the ass stuff. It seems very popular. I do want to pick up Mario Kart only because there are kids that bring their Switches to school, and my kids have been playing a lot of Mario Kart. It's very popular in the elementary school.
Cool.
So, yeah.
And they showed some of the single player of Splatoon 2 as well.
What's the single player like?
It looked like Splatoon.
Is it just like playing against bots, or is there actually something?
No,
to
I
do?
think there's an actual story this time.
Okay,
around.
that's what I'm asking.
I did not investigate that far because Splatoon's a ways off. I didn't need to look into it too much at this point.
I'm more interested in a real Mario Brothers game.
You will wait for that.
know.
You are interested in ARMS and Splatoon 2.
No, I'm interested in Mario Brothers, and I think that's it. And Animal Crossing. Maybe they'll hook me up with an Animal Crossing game sometime in the next 5 years.
Well, at Dutch Slayer wants to know what pushed you to buy it now rather than wait for later till there are more games available.
You gave me a nice birthday present, and I knew I wouldn't get it for that price later. So, I mean, I had to spend some of my own money, but, it was worth
You're
it.
saying you had it and it was time to unload the gift card.
Pretty much.
All right.
It was a nice
enough.
discount.
Sure.
So I'm like, you know what? It's a nice discount. And I did get other birthday money, and I didn't, it's not that it's been so long. It's been 3 weeks, but I didn't get anything on the day of, I didn't get any birthday presents. I did get some gift cards, but I didn't get anything physical. So I'm like, I should get myself something. Why not? I deserve it. So that's what I got.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that a problem? You made a noise
No.
like it's a problem for you.
No, not for me. I'm just reading this guy's question.
You got a problem with it. We could take it outside.
I'll meet you in the parking lot. 2 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Forget it. It's off. Blah, blah, blah. Let's move on to Microsoft. This was a really stupid news story going around today, so I had to, I feel like we have to talk about it. Microsoft renewed there's rumors going around that Microsoft is back on with Scalebound because Microsoft renewed the trademark. Now, I don't know if people really have ever registered a trademark before or renewed a trademark before, but this is not some huge investment that like you would only do if you're going to make a multi-million-dollar video game. It costs, I think, I just had to renew Cheap Ass Gamer recently. I don't remember exactly what it cost, but it was a couple $100. It wasn't like some big affair. So yeah, if Microsoft owns the trademark, what are they going to do? Just let it expire because they didn't make a game? No, they're just going to renew it because it's a couple $100. And yeah, it's worth something whether or not they're making a game or not. Somebody tweeted like some rumor with no details that Microsoft is now developing the game internally and Platinum is off the project. And then they're using these two things together as some sort of proof or something to get some reason to get excited about Scalebound coming back, but it's very ridiculous. Don't think that the trademark renewal means anything other than it's like something automatic that they would just do. Any company would do. So yeah. So don't be happy is what I'm telling people.
What if I just want to be happy
disappointed.
in general?
No. Be disappointed always.
Sounds like a good way to go about life.
Yes. I also wanted to mention while we're talking about Microsoft that there's a big backwards compatible sale going on right now, which is actually a really good sale. The prices are cheap as shit.
I haven't bought anything.
No, I bought Portal for like, I don't know, less than $4 so Ty could play it.
I know. I feel like I don't need Portal.
Well, for my son, I did it.
Who needs
and
him?
he played a little tonight, and he
Who
seemed to be
needs-
pretty into it.
Who needs that guy? Yeah. It's funny because I would have bought Lego Batman, but that's $10, which seems too much.
Right.
Centipede for $1 sounds like it might be worth it.
I mean, there's a lot. There's a big list of games, and you should check it out.
I picked up a few things. I have surprising number of these already.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I do like any of the ones that I want. I have was definitely part of it.
What about this Bomberman Battle Fest? I mean, I know the Switch version is the Switch Bomberman is not supposed to be very good.
If you buy it, I'll buy it, and we'll see if the online still works.
Oh, I think this looks familiar. I must have bought this.
How much is it?
$2.50.
$2.50, huh? I wonder if I own it.
NBA Jam is on there,
Mm-hmm.
which is fantastic, and it's $3.29. If you do pick it up, I would recommend buying. There's some DLC for that unlocks everything, and even though it costs more than the game, you should do it because you can play as Obama, and you can dunk on George Bush. It's pretty fun.
That's okay.
There's a lot.
I'll take my chances with what I have.
Okay.
Did you play any of Phantom Dust? Did you download
No, I don't.
that?
I don't know what that is.
I downloaded it.
I
played some of it back on Xbox.
I did have
Xbox?
yeah Xbox.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have it somewhere in the house.
Mhm.
Yeah, I played a little bit of it. They did a good job on it. I mean, it's weird playing a game that old because there's a lot of things in there that, you can see how games have improved in the last 15 years, basically. But, or however long ago it was, 10 years. But they did a good job with making it not look awful without redoing the whole game. So that's what I'll say about that. I don't know if I'm going to play more of the 25 minutes I played of it, but there you go.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got here? I think that's enough.
All right.
I think we did enough. I think we can wrap it up. My toe hurts from being leaf blown. So I will tell people to follow us on Twitter, @GPD, @NewWombat, @Shipwreck, @VideoGameDeals, of course. And I don't know. Next week's our 500th episode. So that's exciting.
That's crazy. What do we have planned?
Nothing. We're just going to do a show. because we haven't done 500 episodes yet. So we can't like, I don't know, like what, and you really like, what are we going to do? Put together like a clip show? What's the point of that?
I think we need to have celebrities send us messages that we can read on the air. Do we know any celebrities?
You had Lion-O record us something once.
I did, but he's not really a celebrity.
Larry Kenny?
I guess he's a celebrity.
Bowling for Dollars? Are you kidding?
I could also ask
That's big
my friend Amy. She's on 13 Reasons Why. She would probably do something for us. But, again.
I don't know. It
exactly.
Doesn't count. We don't know anybody.
No, we really don't.
Oh, how about the guy from Silicon Valley?
Kumail Nanjiani?
Yeah.
That would be super awesome, but I don't think he knows who we are, really.
Right. I don't either.
Yeah.
I just watched the first episode of season 4 today. It was pretty funny.
Excellent.
Looks like he's having a bigger role this season.
Are you going to go see his movie? Because it looks very good.
The Big Sick. Yeah, it does sound really. It does. I haven't even watched the trailer, but I saw
you should. You should check out the trailer. I know this.
I don't like to watch trailers.
I understand that. So don't watch the trailer.
I like to go in fresh, but I read some good things about it, or I read that it was being received well, rather. Because I felt like too much was being given away just in the articles about it. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week.
Bread's done.
I want you to know it's over.
Well,